Okay, good evening YouTube and welcome to a special edition of the FPL family. Sorry that we can't come to you doing our live stream this week in the way that we usually would. We did our last live stream on Sunday night where we reacted to game week 33, I think it was, game week 33. And now we're going to be looking ahead to game week 34, which is an important game week, a very, very important game week because we've been building to it for a number of weeks now. We've been planning for, well, I've certainly been planning for filling my team with as many double game week players as possible because I'm bench boosting this game week. I'm bench boosting. So it was a straight choice really in terms of when I wanted to play the bench boost versus when I wanted to play the triple captainship. I wanted to save my free hit for game week 35, as I think a lot of you managers will be doing. There's a really significantly reduced fixture list in game week 35, so that is when I'm going to be playing my free hit. For game week 34, therefore, I was kind of a straight choice between the bench boost and the triple captain. Now, I really like the look of Kane's fixtures for game week 37. Spurs have got two really nice fixtures there on paper, and I don't think we're going to see any rotation from Spurs. Maybe the FA Cup is a factor, but when you look at the likes of Liverpool, who are probably going to be heavily rotating if they are still in the Champions League at that stage, and Man City with, you've got to assume they're going to have the league wrapped up, so is there going to be some rotation there? So there's sort of some uncertainty around the two kind of go-to teams for a triple captain pick. So Kane kind of looks like the only real obvious option in game week 37. Plus, he's going to really want that golden boot. We've already seen this week the furore over Twitter about whether it was his goal or Eriksen's goal. I was kind of happy in the end that he didn't get it. I mean, I had Kane captain, but it could have been a lot worse for me. I had Eriksen too. So if it was taken off for Kane and given to Son, that would have been a real nightmare. As it happens, the Premier League have come out today and said that it was Kane's goal. He did actually touch it. And then the official Premier League, official FPL Twitter handle come out and said that they're not going to take any retrospective action. So they've properly trolled us Harry Kane captainers from last game week. Nevertheless, I am saving my triple captain chip for Kane in game week 37. And on that basis, I'm going to be bench boosting in game week 34 that's coming up. I don't feel like I'm mega excited about it. I feel like I have quite a few double game weekers in my team, and therefore I'm reasonably well positioned. I've got a few single game weekers in there as well, because we shouldn't forget that Arsenal go away to Newcastle, which is kind of tricky. It's a long way to go for them, given they would have gone to Russia and back. But Aubameyang is in form right now, so you absolutely should consider him as a non-double game week player. In my opinion, Arnautovic has got a really nice fixture, and so of course have Liverpool. Liverpool in fine form, coming off the back of that Manchester City Champions League tie. So they will be really up for it, or should be really up for it against Bournemouth at home this weekend. And in any other game week, I think we would be looking at probably Salah captain again. However, no double game week for Liverpool. So my team reads as follows, and you guys can see it on the left-hand side there. David De Gea in goal, I think, is an absolute staple for most teams. And actually, before I go through my team, why don't I talk through my transfers? Because you guys will probably know that I was going into this double game week with no Manchester United players. And that was a worry for me. It was a real worry because I know United, they're kind of a bit unexplosive this year. They will get good results. And I think at the beginning of the season, they were getting sort of 2 or 3 or 4 nils. But they're kind of, Sanchez is ticking over the points. Lukaku is kind of ticking over the points. Even Jesse Lingard is there as a real option right now. But defensively, they've been so solid throughout the season. So David De Gea, for me, is a staple in that game week 34, that double game week 34 side. And the transfers that I've done reflect my thinking in that area. So I had no Man United, now I've got 3. So I've taken an 8-point hit for this double game week. And to be honest, I feel okay with that because I feel like if I'm getting a double game week player in, particularly a Man United player who have got those fantastic fixtures, West Brom at home and then Bournemouth away. I mean, West Brom at home, you've got to think that United are going to, they're going to win that game. And they've got to go away to Bournemouth, which looks trickier on paper, but Bournemouth do not defend very well at all. So I'm expecting back-to-back wins for Manchester United. So I've really Man United-ised my team. I've got De Gea in, I've got Jesse Lingard in the middle as a bit of a differential. I know that he trolled a lot of us earlier on in the season, but I think that he's showing a reasonable amount of form and keeping those points ticking over. So he's good value there in the middle of the park. And I've gone for Lukaku up front, which is my key transfer for the game week. I'm putting the captain's armband on Lukaku. a real difficult choice as to who to captain this game week between Kane and Lukaku. I think it's between those two. Anybody that wants to put the captain's armband on Salah, hard to disagree with that, given Salah's form and given what he's doing in FPL this season. But for me, it's between the two double game weeks. It's between Kane and Lukaku, and I'm going Lukaku. Many reasons. I think one, because I think the majority are going to go Kane, I think, given that City look a little bit leaky at the back recently. And Kane's other fixture is Brighton away, so there's goals in that for him too. I therefore think Lukaku is potentially a bit of a differential, but mostly, as you guys will find out later on in the week when Sam posts her video, I know that her strategy is not, well, I think her strategy is not to get Lukaku. So I'm looking to make big games on Sam this game week by captaining Romelu Lukaku. I think he's a flat track bully. He loves playing those so-called lesser sides in the Premier League. And let's not forget, West Brom is his former side, so he's going to be up for that game, you would think. So here's my team. De Gea in goal. Lowton at the back for Burnley, who I think have got actually a really nice double game week there. I know they've got to play Chelsea at home, but Chelsea look a little bit out of form right now, so I don't think Burnley's a bad pick at all. I've got Van Dijk there in the middle. I feel like I wanted to keep him. Bournemouth at home. Doesn't feel like a reason to get rid of Van Dijk. Chilwell on the double game week. Salah in the middle. I'm sticking with Salah. It'd be interesting to see, or I'm kind of interested to see what my own thoughts are going to be after this game week, because obviously Salah has got, you're probably going to get him in a free hit. I think Liverpool have got a nice fixture in that game week 35. But then after that, there's bound to be some rotation around the Champions League. I think Liverpool got a nice game at home to Stoke, sandwiched between those Champions League games. So it'd be interesting to see what happens to Salah's minutes there. And then I think we go away to Chelsea, I think, on the penultimate day. And then there's a game against Brighton, which you'd probably want him for on the last day. So outside of that Brighton game, there is absolutely a case for getting rid of Salah, and I will be reviewing that probably after game week 35 in my free hit. I've then got Eriksen, who's on great form right now. I'm not going to talk anymore about him. Mahrez, who a few weeks ago, I kind of wish I'd gone for Vardy, given that Vardy's ticking the points over. But I've made my bed with Mahrez. I'm going to stick with him. I've got Lingard in, as I suggested. Kane and Lukaku up front. So the two big hitters for the game week, in my opinion, are right there in my team. And I feel like I'm covered if one of those explodes. Depending on, obviously I'd like Lukaku to do that, being my captain. But even if Kane explodes, I feel like I've got it covered, given that he's in my team. And then I've got Callum Wilson, which I've been looking to get rid of Callum Wilson for a long, long time. But maybe this is the double game week where he repays his faith, or repays my faith in him. Who knows? And then my bench is, given that I'm bench boosting, is kind of uninspirational. I could say Miljovic, who at home to Brighton could bag another penalty or indeed another free kick. So I'm very happy to have him. Kiko Firmino playing out of position on that wing in a more advanced position for Watford against Huddersfield. Huddersfield look to be leaking goals, so I'd be happy to play Kiko Firmino. Having said that, my third sub is then Schindler at home, so I'm not expecting too much from Schindler, given that I've just bigged up Kiko Firmino. And then McCarthy, again, not expecting much, but it's double game week. I'd like to think I can get a few points out of that bench. So a bit of an uninspirational bench boost, but I feel like it's the right time to play it. It was either now or 37, and I fancy Kane for that triple captainship in 37. So I've gone for bench boost in game week 34. In terms of my top points pick, I think it's going to be one of the Spurs boys, actually, but I do fancy Eriksen. I think Eriksen is in such good form right now. He's on all the direct free kicks. I don't know how many goals he's got recently, but he just keeps the points ticking over. And his point ceiling is pretty high because he can get assists, he can get goals, he's a bonus points magnet. He's just got points all over the place. So I actually fancy him as a top points pick, outside of the obvious picks of Kane and Lukaku and people like that. So good luck with double game week 34, guys. Look out for another video from the FPL family coming later in the week when Sam talks you through her team and her transfers and who she's putting the captain on. I'm going to tell her to get a few jammy picks ready for you guys as well. And I look forward to doing the next live stream with you guys, which will be on Sunday night, when we're going to react to what's happened in the double game week. There will be more to come. We'll only be halfway through the game week, but we will do a live stream as a sort of checkpoint to see where you guys are with double game week 34. Until then, hit that like button if you like the video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Follow us at Twitter, on Twitter at FPL Family, and on Instagram at FPL Family. And I will see you later in the week. Cheers.